Abu Talib decided to lead a major trade caravan from Makkah to the Levant, Al-Sham. Out of deep love and devotion, he decided to take his 12-year-old nephew Muhammad, peace be upon him, along with him on this long and exhausting journey. He set off with the caravan, marking the beginning of his entry into the world of trade. As they ventured into the scorching desert, something extraordinary happened. A single white cloud followed the young prophet everywhere he went, hovering directly above his head to shield him from the blazing sun. Even when the caravan stopped, the dry branches of nearby trees would bend down gracefully to cast a shadow over him. The caravan eventually reached a town called Busra in modern-day Syria, where a Christian monk named Bahira lived in a quiet monastery. Bahira was a man of profound wisdom, deeply knowledgeable in the ancient scriptures. Usually, Bahira paid no attention to passing caravans. However, on that day, he looked out of his window and witnessed a mesmerizing sight: a cloud and a tree perfectly shadowing a young boy. Recognizing these as divine signs foretold in the holy books, he knew this was no ordinary child. He immediately prepared a great feast and invited the entire caravan to join him. The men of Quraysh arrived at the monastery to eat, but they left the young Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, behind to guard their luggage because of his young age. Bahira carefully examined the faces of everyone present, but couldn't find the noble features he had seen from afar. He asked anxiously, "O people of Quraysh, has anyone stayed behind?" They replied, "No one except a young boy whom we left to watch over our belongings." Bahira quickly insisted, "Don't do that. Call him so he may join us." When the young prophet, peace be upon him, walked in, Bahira couldn't take his eyes off him, observing his manners and every movement. After the meal, the monk spoke with the boy privately, asking him about his life, his dreams, and his thoughts. The boy's answers perfectly matched everything written in the ancient scriptures about the coming prophet. Bahira then gently asked to look at his back. There between the boy's shoulders, he discovered the seal of prophethood, a distinct raised mark exactly as described in the old prophecies. Deeply moved, Bahira turned to Abu Talib and asked, "What is this boy to you?" Desiring to protect him, Abu Talib replied, "He is my son." Bahira shook his head and said, "He is not your son, for the father of this boy should not be alive." Abu Talib then confessed, "You are right, he is my nephew. His father died before he was born." Bahira's face grew serious, and he gave a stern warning, "You speak the truth. Take your nephew back to his homeland immediately and guard him closely against his enemies. By God, if they see him and recognize what I have recognized, they will surely harm him. For this nephew of yours is destined for greatness." Filled with fear for the boy's safety, Abu Talib cut his business trip short, quickly sold his goods, and returned straight to Makkah to protect the future Prophet of Islam. Our Holy Prophet returned to Makkah with his uncle. He was now 25 years old. At that time, a large trade caravan was preparing for a long journey. This caravan belonged to Khadijah bint Khuwaylid. Khadijah was well known in Makkah, not only for her great success in trade, but also for her purity and noble manners. She had been married twice before, and both of her husbands had died. Because the Prophet, peace be upon him, was highly praised among traders, she asked him to manage her caravan, as there was no one like him in all of Mecca. The Prophet, peace be upon him, accepted the offer. Khadijah sent her servant Seerah to help him and to closely watch his behavior and manners, then return and tell her what he saw. From the beginning of the journey, Seerah did his job carefully. Everything Seerah saw from this young man made him admire him even more. Throughout the whole journey, the Prophet, peace be upon him, was very careful, knowing that Allah does not wrong anyone. He had great manners. He was truthful, trustworthy, and dignified in his appearance. He also took special care of cleanliness during the journey, which was a good thing, but rare in those times. Then, it was time for Seerah to return to tell Khadijah everything he witnessed. He said to Khadijah, "I have never seen a man greater than him. Whenever we stopped at a place, people trusted him without hesitation." When Seerah told Khadijah about all the beautiful qualities of the Prophet, peace be upon him, her heart moved toward him. She had no thought of marrying again, but now she changed her mind. It was normal for the marriage proposal to come from the man, but her admiration for the Prophet, peace be upon him, was deep, which made her think of sending a proposal. But there was an age difference. The Prophet, peace be upon him, was 25, and Khadijah was 40. Would he accept? What could she do? She had a loyal and close friend named Nafisa bint Umayya, so she told her what was in her heart. What Nafisa needed to do was clear: to go to the Prophet, peace be upon him, and see if he also liked Khadijah. Khadijah was known by the title Al-Tahirah, the pure one. She was one of the most noble and rich women of Quraysh. Many men from her tribe had proposed to her, but she rejected them all. One of the reasons for Abu Jahl's hatred toward the Prophet, peace be upon him, later on was that his proposal had also been rejected. It is natural that a woman known as the pure one would not accept a man with a corrupt and arrogant heart. And now she found the best person who matched her. Nafisa went to the Prophet, peace be upon him, and said to him, "Oh Muhammad, what stops you from marrying?" He said, "I don't have anything to marry with." She said, "If you are given enough for that, and you are invited to beauty, wealth, nobility, and compatibility, will you accept?" The Prophet said, "Who is she?" She said, "Khadijah bint Khuwaylid." He said, "How can I get that?" She said, "I will take care of that." The Prophet, peace be upon him, said, "Then I accept." Nafisa returned to Khadijah to tell her what happened, and Khadijah's heart filled with joy. What a blessing it is to choose a husband for a prophet of Allah. After a short time, they met and talked about the matter. Khadijah said to him, "Go to my uncle Amr bin Asad and ask him to marry me to you." Abu Talib, who was always like a father to the Prophet, peace be upon him, came forward to support his decision and to complete the marriage. On that happy and blessed day, the marriage contract was made, and her dowry was 20 camels. A beautiful and praised home was being built in Makkah. Two hearts attached deeply to each other, and the bonds of love between them only grew stronger. There was no home in Makkah happier or a better example than their home. With time, Allah blessed the home with the children. Al-Qasim came first, then Zainab, then Ruqayya, Kulthum, and Fatima. After the Prophet's mission, Prophethood, Abdullah was born, but Al-Qasim died when he was 2 years old, and Abdullah died when he was 3 months old. Both died because of illness. Oh, what a pain that words cannot describe for any father and mother, and to go through it twice. They were living every feeling together, from the most beautiful moments of joy to the hardest moments of sadness, but in every hardship, they supported each other, and through this togetherness, they found strength, peace, and patience. She is the one about whom the Messenger of Allah, peace be upon him, said, "Allah didn't give me a better one in place of her. She believed in me when people disbelieved. She trusted me when people called me a liar. She supported me with her wealth when people deprived me, and Allah blessed me with her children." Angel Jibril, peace be upon him, was moved by the sincerity and sacrifice she offered. He said to the Prophet, peace be upon him, "O Muhammad, here is Khadijah coming to you. So, greet her with peace from her Lord and from me." Send prayers upon Muhammad.